The Great Gatsby, set during the Roaring Twenties, captures the essence of the Jazz Age, a time of excess, glamour, and the American dream. Written by F. Scott Fitzgerald, this novel is a critical exploration of society, wealth, and love. Our story is narrated by Nick Carraway, a young man from the Midwest who moves to New York to learn about the bond business. Nick moves to West Egg, a fictional village on Long Island, and rents a modest house next to a mysterious mansion owned by the wealthy and enigmatic Jay Gatsby. Nick quickly becomes fascinated by Gatsby and the lavish parties he throws every weekend, which attract New York's elite. Let's better add a little color to make the story more fun. Jay Gatsby is known for his opulent lifestyle, but little is known about his past. He's often seen standing at the end of his dock, staring across the bay at a green light. This light symbolizes his unattainable dream, reconnecting with Daisy Buchanan, Nick's cousin and Gatsby's lost love. Daisy Buchanan, who lives in the more fashionable East Egg, is married to Tom Buchanan, a wealthy but arrogant man. Daisy is beautiful and charming, but she is also trapped in a loveless marriage. Gatsby's obsession with Daisy drives much of the novel's plot, as he is determined to win her back, despite the passage of time. Tom Buchanan is not only wealthy, but also unfaithful. He is having an affair with Myrtle Wilson, the wife of a mechanic named George Wilson, who lives in the desolate area known as the Valley of Ashes. Tom's relationship with Myrtle is exploitative, highlighting his disregard for others, especially those of a lower social class. Every weekend, Gatsby's mansion comes alive with extravagant parties attended by the most fashionable people of New York. However, despite the crowds, Gatsby himself remains isolated, rarely engaging with his guests. These parties symbolize the excess and hollow pursuit of pleasure that defined the 1920s. As Nick gets to know Gatsby, he learns that Gatsby wasn't always wealthy. Born as James Gatz to poor farmers in North Dakota, Gatsby reinvented himself to escape his humble origins. His rise to wealth is shrouded in mystery, involving questionable business dealings. But his primary motivation has always been to win back Daisy, whom he met and fell in love with before leaving for World War I. Gatsby arranges a reunion with Daisy. Their meeting is awkward at first, but soon the old feelings between them resurface. Gatsby dreams of rekindling their romance and believes that he can erase the past and start anew, but Daisy is more hesitant, caught between her love for Gatsby and her loyalty to Tom. The tension between Gatsby and Tom comes to a head during a dinner at the Buchanan's mansion. Tom, suspicious of Gatsby, confronts him about his relationship with Daisy and reveals the truth about Gatsby's illegal activities. Daisy, overwhelmed by the confrontation, begins to retreat back into the security of her marriage to Tom. After the confrontation, Daisy and Gatsby drive back to Long Island in Gatsby's car. Tragically, Daisy, who is driving, accidentally hits and kills Myrtle Wilson. Tom manipulates the situation, convincing Myrtle's husband, George, that Gatsby was the driver and is responsible for the death of his wife. Believing Gatsby is responsible for Myrtle's death, George Wilson seeks revenge. He goes to Gatsby's mansion and shoots Gatsby while he's in his pool, then takes his own life. Gatsby dies alone, with his dream of reuniting with Daisy unfulfilled. His tragic end symbolizes the failure of the American dream. In the aftermath, almost no one attends Gatsby's funeral, highlighting the emptiness of the relationships he had with the people who once filled his mansion. Nick is left disillusioned with the world of wealth and privilege, deciding to return to the Midwest. He reflects on Gatsby's life, seeing him as a symbol of the American dream corrupted by materialism and deceit. In the final lines of the novel, Nick reflects on the unattainable nature of the American dream, comparing Gatsby's pursuit of Daisy to the dreamers who chase a future that always seems just out of reach. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. This closing scene encapsulates the novel's central themes and leaves a lasting impact on the reader.
If you enjoyed this video and want to see more book summaries like this one, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way, you'll be the first to know when we upload new content. See you in the next story.